This is Barry Fair with you at 10 Times Chasm. Welcome to those that have tuned in today on the show. It's Tuesday, the 16th of April. Thanks very much for your company today, and I hope that you're enjoying the show that we're bringing to you. Right now on the show, I'd like to talk about Easter and what it really means. Well, Easter is the time when Jesus died on the cross for us, and he was broken for us, and Jesus died for our sins. There is a movie, however, called Jesus, and the meaning of Easter. So, what happens at Easter? Well, like we've said, the Easter show is happening right now at Sydney Olympic Park at Homebush. So if you're looking for something to do with the kids over the school holidays, take them out to the Easter show and catch public transport too. And always remember to behave responsibly when you are out at the show. Here's my outsider now for this.
Yeah, don't be messing around when people are trying to have fun because you don't want to ruin everyone's Easter.
So it is important, viewers, to behave like an adult, not like a 5-year-old if things are not going your way. If there is a problem, sort it out with the person in an adult-like way, and don't go like blow up and explode like a firework, because will that get us anywhere? No, it will not. So the important message is behaving responsibly if you are going out anywhere in public, and don't spoil the day for everybody else. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, you want everyone to have a good time and enjoy their Easter with their families, so don't be selfish and think about yourself because that's not what Easter is about either.
And and having a compromise too about who wants to do what at the show. Like go to the show bags or go to the pavilion to see the animals. Make arrangements as soon as you arrive at the show. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, so you'll have a much more smoother day if everyone gets their turn and if everyone is organized in what they want to do.
And make a meeting point as well when you get there to decide where you are going to meet for lunch and what time you want to be back at the vans by. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, again, it'll create a smooth day for you if you know exactly where and where to be, and you'll have much more fun that way. Even though it might be annoying to organize, that's the reality of a smooth day.
And before you go on the outing, please make sure that you have everything that you require, such as gloves, your client's medication, and outing folders, and things like that. And make sure that you have their files so in case something does go wrong on the outing, and here's my outside in now.
Yeah, you want to make sure everyone has everything they have because you don't want to be in panic when someone has an emergency and you don't have the required things they need with them.
Because you won't be able to drive back to get it.
It'll be too late.
It'll be too late. And on the subject, have a meeting the day before about the outing and where you are going to go and how far you plan to drive. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, having a meeting before is very important because sometimes some people don't know what's going on or what the day might look like. So if everyone knows what's going on, it'll be much more smoother and a enjoyable day.
So always decide with the crew about where you're gonna go and how much fuel you'll need for the bus. If there's not enough fuel, you will need to stop and get some fuel if the destination is a bar, and always ring up before organizing to check whether the venue is wheelchair accessible and if it has accessible ladies and gents rooms. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, make sure that everything in the site has the things that the clients can use. Otherwise, the site might not be appropriate as well for the clients. So make sure, not just with the Easter show, but with all the outings, that that they have things that are accessible for the clients.
So if you are going to go somewhere that requires a wheelchair accessible bathroom, make sure that you have a Malak key, which you can pick up at a locksmith, and always carry it with you because you don't want to be mucking around all day trying to find an accessible bathroom, because that's half the day even gone before you've even got in there and it's time to go home. So here's my offsider to give you that important bit of information now.
Yeah, you don't want the clients to also be hanging around and not enjoying themselves because the crew is taking hours to find this key or the accessible place for the clients to go. So be prepared and make sure the place is safe and good for the clients to use.
So to take us out to the lunch break, which is coming up at 12 o'clock, we'd like to remind you that have a good day when you're out. Enjoy yourself, enjoy each other's company, and speak politely to one another and sort out the problem in an adult-like way if something is not going right on the outing. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, make sure everything is organized and also make sure the clients have their fun. Don't keep things simple for you just because you want things smooth for you, but you don't think about clients. Always make sure that you put the clients first.
And before we wrap up this morning's show, I'd like to say that before you use a hoist on the van, that you start it before you use it to recharge the battery. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, because if you don't do that, the hoist might not be safe or it might not work. So make sure you always check everything before you use it.
And make sure that there is enough fuel in the van to get you to your destination, because the last thing you want to think about is, oh no, I've got no fuel. A better option is filling the bus up the day before the outing so you don't have to stress about having to find a fuel pump, and make sure that you put the right fuel in. Because if you put petrol in a diesel fuel tank, the van will not start. So always make sure that you put the right fuel in. Check your fuel tank before driving and make sure that you've got a valid fuel card. Or if you go to another petrol station, you will have to pay for the fuel yourself and make sure that you get a receipt so you can get reimbursed for diesel. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, you don't want to forget the receipts because that also causes more stress on the other staff to try and figure out how much you've used. And yeah, make sure you always fuel up before the day, like Barry suggested. That's a good idea, so that you don't have to stress about that stuff on the day.
And make sure you pack the outing bag well. Make sure that you've got your required stuff, such as your personal care stuff, your gloves, your cups, your plates, your knives and forks, etc., and your medication and the bowls. And again, my offsider.
Yeah, make sure you have everything. Double check, always double check, triple check if you need to, so that the client's always prepared and ready to go for the day.
So, have a great day out, guys, and enjoy the outing, and slip, slop, and slap if you are taking clients out into the sun, and make sure that they've got a hat.